Logitical response.
If you've ever sat back and wondered, why are we so divided right now? Where's this country going? How come we can't get together and fix some of these issues? I think I have an idea of why.
But they have become the party of division and hate. But as the Democratic Party goes farther left,
racist, racism, just racism was a racist, racist.
Yeah, it's a highly inflammatory accusation that gets thrown around way too much. And it seems like anytime somebody is losing an argument, they throw this out there.
Racism, just racism was a racist.
And thinking that, it's a catch-all. Because what are you going to say to that? Somebody calls you a racist. You go, no, I'm not. Well, prove it. You can't prove it. You can't disprove it. And I think it's a dirty trick and a really low blow on their part. And I think that's why so many people are moving away from the far left, going more to the center, or even to the right, kind of like this guy.
I mean, this administration it doesn't seem to get a lot done. Like, leaving Trump aside, there were a lot of people in the administration who were effective at getting things done.
But getting all that stuff out of the way, we really do need to start working together. I mean, this is one of the greatest countries in the entire world, in the history of the entire world. And it seems like we're letting that fall apart, and it seems to be falling apart rather quick. I could be wrong, it could be just a speed bump. You never know.
Mitch McConnell won't come close to delivering the condemnation of white supremacy that Joe Biden did today. Because what? Because they make up part of the Republican coalition? I mean, what is the explanation for why not?
You see, the problem with using that argument is you now have to apply that to everybody that didn't come out and publicly condemn those actions. I bet there's a lot more that didn't than who did.
This is always what the right does to appease the white supremacist movement by saying, hey, free speech.
See, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. As if anybody takes a white supremacist seriously.
Don't touch speech.
Extremism and white nationalism, which is not only on the rise and is now pretty mainstream in the Republican Party.
See, she's taking anybody that calls himself a Republican and putting them in that category. You can't do that. It's just not how stuff works. Politics do not work that way. All that is doing is pushing the wedge further and further, trying to divide everybody. And I don't understand why. Well, that's enough of that for now. It still shocks me that racism is still alive. I thought it was dead, but I guess not. But moving on, I'm gonna get to the new White House press secretary. Have you ever walked up to somebody and asked them something, and then they stared blankly at you for a few seconds, and then gave you an answer that was totally way off topic of what you asked? Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, what's up? Yeah, I was just wondering if I could borrow your drill for a minute. But if I pre-order something, wouldn't that just be ordering it? Number 3 combo. Large with a Dr. Pepper. Nailed it. Watch this. It's a White House press secretary, the new one.
How does raising taxes on corporations reduce inflation?
So, are you talking about a specific tweet?
He tweeted, "You want to bring down inflation, let's make sure the wealthiest corporations pay their fair share."
Look, we have talked about this past year about making sure that the wealthiest among us are paying their fair share.
But how does raising taxes on corporations lower the cost of gas, the cost of a used car, the cost of food for everyday Americans?
So look, I think we encourage those who have done very well, right? Especially those who care about climate change, to support a fair tax code that doesn't charge manufacturers, workers, cops, builders a higher percentage of their earnings, that the most fortunate people in our nation, and not let that stand in the way of reducing energy costs and fighting this existential problem, if you think about that as an example.
To add to what she's saying, when you score the piece of glass in a circle, you take it and you got to flip it over upside down. You put your fist and you kind of tap on it, and that makes the run all the way around. So then you get your circle. You can't do it like a ninja with your fingernail and just trace it. Doesn't work like that. You gotta, like I said, flip it over, run it out. Then you gotta take your glass cutter again and
Talk about a change of heart. The richest man in the world has said he doesn't think he's ever voted for a Republican. But as the Democratic Party goes farther left, Elon Musk has indicated he's moving right, and today tweeted, quote, "In the past, I voted Democrat because they were mostly the kindest party, but they have become the party of division and hate, so I can no longer support them and will vote Republican. Now watch their dirty tricks campaign against me unfold."
This next little thing I found is very interesting and very weird, and I don't understand the reason for it, but here it is.
Remember, this all comes as the deal to buy Twitter is at a standstill after the Tesla founder pressed Twitter CEO Parag Agrawal to show proof that no more than 5% of its 300 million users are bots or fakes, saying the deal wouldn't move forward until he does. Musk thinks the number of Twitter spam accounts or bots could be at 20%. And while some believe Musk is only angling for a better price, there is now an eye-opening audit by the software company SparkToro that shows who all those phony users might be or who they might follow. Turns out after analyzing location issues, default profile images, and new users, SparkToro says almost 50% of President Biden's 22 million followers are bots, fakes, spam accounts. Something tells me a Musk tweet is about to be composed.
What can you do? That's just a bunch of crazy stuff, and it's just nuts. But all I can say is, come on, man. We can do a lot better than this. We can do a whole lot better than this. The left is supposed to be the party of diversity and inclusivity and equity, unless you're on the right. Then they don't want that diversity. They don't want that inclusivity. And they definitely don't want the equity. And there's got to be a way we can break down some of these walls and actually communicate back and forth. Kind of get back to where we was before we destroy ourselves. Thank you guys for watching. Peace. Oh, damn it. That's the wrong outro. Crap.